Frank, Tyson, here we are. We've just had the press conference where you've announced your big deal with ESPN and Top Rank, obviously with BT and Frank Warren as well. Frank, I suppose the big question is, what does that mean for Tyson?
It means he's got a big platform in the States. It means that he's on the biggest platform in the States and with the biggest sports broadcaster. They've got nearly 3 million subscribers. It doesn't get any better than that. And it means now that Tyson, for example, won't have to go to the places like Germany to challenge for a title, won't have to go to the other guy's backyard to challenge for a title. It'll be on our terms. It'll be that if you want to fight the lineal champion now, the #1 heavyweight in the world, you've got to come to us, you've got to come to BT, you've got to come to ESPN and Top Rank, and we'll deliver it.
Tyson, last time I saw you was in Marbella. Since then, you've been going on a nationwide tour, singing American Pie to people around various venues.
Yes, I have, yes. Been fantastic.
Your popularity has just shot to the top of the world of boxing, hasn't it, recently? And so this deal for you is you breaking America, really. And obviously the Wilder fight was in America, made huge shockwaves.
Wilder fight was an introduction. Now I'm going back to ice it all out.
Yeah, exactly. So does this mean your future lies mainly in America in terms of your fights?
I think so, yes. You know, ESPN are a big station in America, so if that's where the fights are going to be, that's where they're going to be. But I'm going to be waiting now for Frank to tell me if it's going to be in the West Coast or the East Coast. So I can get me shorts on my woolly coat and make a decision where we're going to go training. So it's all an exciting part of my life and career. Chapter has turned again. The tables have turned yet again. And I'm very, very, very excited about it. Cannot wait to get back to the USA, put on a show.
So Frank, this extra financial clout, obviously, that's come from ESPN as well, does that mean that with the big fights, obviously the fights that people want to know about is the Wilder fight and the Joshua fight, the two other champions, obviously Tyson being the lineal heavyweight champion. With that added clout behind you, does that mean, in theory, you just get more preferable deals if those fights happen down the line?
Well, they're two of the fights. This is a multi-fight deal. They're just two of the fights. There are other fights to be made, and the name of the game is to keep him busy. He needs to be busy. Look at him, he's trained over the Christmas. He's not done that just to fight once a year. He needs to fight at least 3 times this year. That's where Tyson's at, that's what he wants to do, and that's what we want to deliver for him. So, you know, with us and Top Rank working hard together, we're going to make this happen. And we're hoping, we want those big fights. When I say we, I mean we, of course I want them. I want to see them. As a fan, I want to see them. But he wants them. And it's up to us now to try and make them happen.
And you said Tyson Fury was going on tour. Last time I saw you, you said you were taking the Gypsy King tour worldwide. I suppose this is it, isn't it? And
I've delivered yet again, haven't I? Coming somewhere near you.
Particularly in the States, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you look at the Top Rank roster and do you see someone that you want to fight from that ESPN Top Rank roster outside of the two other champions at the moment?
I don't even know who ESPN have got as heavyweights, but I'm not really concerned because I'm the best asset they've now got. So I'm not really concerned about any of the other fighters. Like I said, Frank will make the fights and they'll make the fights as well. And that's it. I'm not really bothered who I fight, to be honest. I don't really care who it is. Just keep me busy, that's all I ask. And that's all I want to do, be kept busy, and I'll keep well and keep training. And that's what I love to do.
Did ESPN make promises to you regarding the amount of fights you'll have and how often you'll have them? What's the length of the deal in terms of fights and time?
You better speak to Frank about that because I'm not too brushed up on it.
It's over the next 30 months. That's what it is. That's a multi-fight deal, and he wants to be busy. So it'll be over that period of time at least 5 or 6 fights.
We're going to try and ram in 30 fights in 10 months. In the 30 months.
Going to go for the journey, man.
So 10 fights per 10 month, hopefully.
And Frank, again, from a sort of promotion standpoint, do you feel like this is going to add a little bit of pressure? Obviously, we've seen Anthony Joshua's gone to America and drawn a little bit of stick from it for whatever reasons. Do you feel like there's going to be some pressure on you to deliver something for the UK audience now that Tyson's going over to America?
Well, we've done that, haven't we? I mean, you know, it's not like he's shied away from fighting anybody. That's happened. This is the guy that went to Germany and beat Klitschko. This is the guy that went to LA and got robbed and should be the WBC champion. That's all been done. what the job is now is as I say, is to make these fights happen. It's like we got work hard to do it because they're all on their different channels. Remember, you've got the Zone, you've got Showtime, all these. This now changes the game completely. But we're with the biggest. We're the ones who've got the subscribers and have got the financial clout. That's what we're with now. 3 million subscribers. There is no bigger than ESPN in the States. No one bigger than that. So the DAZN stuff, of course they're going to throw lots of money at what they're doing, but the fact of the matter is they haven't got 3 million subscribers. Anthony Joshua's last fight on DAZN was up for free, and they did 16,000 free registrations. He's going straight into 3 million people watching him, or potential 3 million. So that's where we're at, and that's about, as I say, building. Even if you could build him even more, the brand. I mean, he built. He done a fantastic job out there in the States. No one made a beeline to go and sign Deontay Wilder. They made a beeline to come and do a deal with Tyson. That's what's happened here. So that tells you he's standing. He's the lineal champion. He's #1 in the world. The fans, the fans love what he's done. He doesn't shy away from anything. We've just got to make sure that we can keep pushing to make these fights happen, and we will do that. And let me tell you, there's nothing to stop Anthony Joshua coming fighting now on BT and ESPN. There's nothing to stop Deontay Wilder not fighting on Showtime. Come and fight on ESPN and BT. Come over there because the money's there to make these fights happen now.
Do you think we're closer than we've ever been to sort of cross-channel broadcast of one of these fights? Because like you say, all three of those main heavyweights on different networks, but now everyone's going to have to work together, right? They're
going to have to make them happen for the fans. At the end of the day, the fans are the ones who pay their money. They're the ones, they will want them. So it's up to us to deliver. We've tried very hard to make fights, and this we see as our way forward, and Tyson's way forward, of making these things happen on his terms, not on somebody else's terms, on his terms.
And Tyson, you're going to take your chances with some of those US judges again.
Do you know what? In the meanwhile, I'll be swanning around Los Angeles in a dressing robe, slippers and a Lakers hat, just lounging around waiting for these fights to be made. Such a terrible life, really.
All right, lads. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers.
All the best.